guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hillary. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited about getting this channel started. This is my first video with my new backdrop and my new lighting. I'm so excited because this setup really has just changed everything, and now you can really see some of the minor details that I put in my makeup because I tend to do a lot of more practical, subtle looks, and you'll kind of see that come out in most of my videos. So I just want to introduce myself and give you a little bit of information about me. I am a mid-20-year-old and I have a 5-year-old son. I did have him when I was very young. I've been a single mom for a long time now. And I work full-time. I'm a software salesman. I work for a software company and I do sales to the day. It's about a 40 to 50, sometimes 60-hour-a-week job. I also own a company. HH Artistry is the name of the company. That's also the name of this channel. And it's a makeup company. I do professional makeup artistry, face painting for kids. I do body painting for adults, special effects looks, all kinds of different things. And I really am just now kind of breaking through the noise and things are really starting to pick up. So it's really an exciting time. There's also a lot of changes going on in my personal life, and that's the biggest reason I wanted to make this particular video, because like I said, I do work full time. I have been working at home in a home office for about a year now, and I'm actually going to be going back to working in an office next week. So it's going to be a pretty big change. We're going to be doing a lot of rushing and getting ready out the door, because for about a year I basically lived in my sweatpants, and I'm just going to admit it. There would be days when I would wake up and I'd be like, okay, when was the last time that I washed my hair? I want to be here to encourage you, make friends with you, get to know you through our comments and our videos, because this channel is going to be all about raising women up and empowering each other. Any negative comments you leave, you're welcome to do so, but I probably will delete you and I probably will block you from leaving comments on my videos. There won't be any name calling here. We're not going to be tearing each other down. We are going to be lifting each other up, and I'm going to try to give some tips about how I manage everything in my videos. I don't have it all figured out. I'm not perfect, but I am pretty proud of the way that I've raised my son. He's such a good boy. I'm able to maintain my business and work full time at the same time while being a single mom. And I'm also getting back into fitness, so you might hear a little bit about my fitness journey as we move forward. So without further ado, today's makeup look is going to be a very simple 15-minute hurry, get ready in the morning, but still look all put together to go to work, or whatever you have to do during the day, get the kids to school, or even if you just want to put some makeup on if you work from home or if you're a stay-at-home mom. A lot of the products that I'm going to be using in today's video are very affordable. You can find them at your local drugstore. I do use a few high-end products, and I will make sure that I kind of go over that as we're going through the video. And I will list all the products that I use down below. So please subscribe, and if you want to learn how I got this look, just keep on watching. Mwah! Let's get started.
So starting off like usual, we're going to moisturize our face. This is the Beauty 360 Hydrating Water Gel. It's actually a knockoff of the Neutrogena Hydrating Water Gel, and I'm rubbing that all over my skin. And then I'm going to prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Water, just like I normally do, and allow it to dry. Now I'm trying out a new foundation. This is actually a high-end foundation by Makeup Forever. It's their stick foundation, and I'm going to just draw 2 lines across my cheeks, one across my chin, put some foundation on my nose, and then 3 small lines across my forehead. And then I'm going to blend it out with some MAC Fix Plus on my Beauty Blender, and then go to town. This is a rather expensive product. I was a little hesitant to buy it because I typically like to use more affordable products, so if you want to go out and buy them yourself, you're not breaking the bank. But I will have to say that this is one of the nicest foundations that I've ever used. I like the finish. I have dry skin, and it does have more of a hydrating, dewy feel to it, and it blends out really nicely and really provides a nice coverage. So I would say that if you are not opposed to buying a high-end foundation, I would give it a try. It's a quick foundation. This is the Sephora Sephora Serum Gel Concealer. That's what it's called. And this is in the shade Custard. I wouldn't necessarily call this a high-end product, but you cannot find it in a drugstore. The price point is similar to some drugstore concealers, around $12 to $14, I believe. And I'm just putting that in all of the areas I want to conceal. I want to brighten up a little bit underneath my eyes, spot conceal some of the acne on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. And once I have that all placed where I'd like it, I'm going to spray my face with some MAC Fix Plus and then blend it out with my beauty blender after I've allowed it to get tacky. This concealer is so nice. I would say that for the price, it is absolutely worth it. It blends out better than any concealer that I've used recently, and it gives the nicest finish. It's very hydrating, and I tend to have drier skin, like I mentioned before, and I definitely think that it's worth a trip to Sephora to grab, because for the price point, it reminds me a lot of the NARS Creamy Concealer. So it's a good dupe for that, I would say. So I'm just blending that out in a stippling motion with my beauty blender, just like I usually do. And I'm also going to take that over my eyelids to cancel out some of the redness on my eyelids. Now picking up of some of my Ben Nye Neutral Set Translucent Powder, I'm going to set underneath my eyes. The only thing I will say about the Sephora Serum Concealer is that it does tend to crease underneath the eye, so I suggest getting a damp sponge, a damp beauty blender like I have here, dipping it in the translucent powder and setting underneath the eye. Now I'm going to brighten up the rest of the under eye with my NYX HD setting powder in the shade Banana. That's what it is. And if you can see, it's starting to brighten up my face, and it does have a yellow tint to it, but it's not too yellow, which is what I really like about it. And it's very affordable. You can find this at your local drugstore or anywhere where they carry NYX products. And I'm putting it all over the areas where I placed the concealer, even on my eyelids, because it does, like I said, this concealer creases, so I wanted to put some powder over my eyelids. Once I have that done, I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder with a big fluffy Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to press that into the face. I'm not dragging it on my skin, I'm pressing it in, so I'm not moving any of the concealer foundation I lay down. This powder is really nice. It really keeps your face matte all day long, and it's very affordable, so I recommend it. Picking up my favorite Physicians Formula Suntan Bronzer in the shade Medium Tan. I am going to put that on a BH Cosmetics powder brush and start carving out my cheekbones. Because this is a daytime office look, I'm not going to do any harsh contouring like I would normally, so I'm just going to start bronzing up the cheekbones, adding some warmth into my face, because the shade of the Makeup Forever foundation that I used was a little bit lighter than my skin tone, because winter is coming, fall is coming, the colder weather, so I wanted to make sure that I could wear it throughout the season. So we're just warming up the forehead, the cheeks, along my side of my face, underneath my chin. And then also I'm going to sweep that down the bridge of my nose. Just to contour my nose just a little bit. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to kind of carve out my contour to give my face more of a chiseled look. This is a step that you can skip if you're really short on time. I just like to do it because it allows me to be a little bit more messy with my bronzer, and then I can kind of go in and cheat and clean it up with some translucent powder. And I'm also putting some on the side of my nose because it tends to wipe off there during the day. So taking a BH Cosmetics Duo Fiber powder brush, I'm going to immediately wipe it off. I'm not giving it any time to set because I don't have the time in the morning. I don't know about you, but ain't nobody got time for that. So just wiping it off gently and taking a drink of water because it's morning and I'm tired and thirsty. So moving on to eyebrows, I'm just going to take this spoolie and kind of brush all the little hairs up and get them shaped as nicely as I possibly can. The lady who did my eyebrows the last time wasn't the normal person, and she kind of messed up one of them. So taking the Camellia Cosmetics eyebrow gel in the shade Blonde, I am going to start sweeping that from the center of my eyebrow towards the end. I'm not starting directly at the front because I want that to be kind of faded out. And I'm just very gently and very carefully sweeping that through my eyebrows, just to give them a groomed look. There's no time to do a whole Instagram eyebrow, carve them out, brows on fleek. Nobody's got time for that in the morning, so this is a practical way to shape your brows and make them look nice and groomed. So for eyes, I'm going to pick up the bronzer that I used on my cheeks and start kind of swirling that in windshield wiper motions into the crease of my eye. This is going to give my eyes a defined look and act as an eyeshadow. The nice thing about using a bronzer for your transition shade is that it's not as pigmented typically as an eyeshadow, so it is very easy to blend. And when you're in a rush in the morning, just like I am, it's nicer to have fewer products to work with than a whole bunch of stuff scattered about. So I'm just kind of deepening that up, and I'm not being very precise with this. I'm just kind of using my eye socket as a guide. Once I'm satisfied with that, oh, maybe not, a little bit more. I'm going to sweep some underneath my eye into the lower lash line just to give my eye some definition. Using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Skin Twinkle palette, I'm going to pick up the champagne gold color in there. It's the first shade, and sweep that highlight over my cheeks. This is absolutely my favorite daytime highlight for an office setting because it's very subtle and there's no chunky glitter in it, so there's not a huge reflection in the light. So it's definitely appropriate to wear during the day. Now, this is a high-end product and it does cost a little bit more than some of the other highlighters that I've used, like the Balm Cosmetics Mirror Luminizer. I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with this, down the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to use that same shade on my finger as my eyeshadow lid color. Like I said, the less products you need to use in the morning, the better, but this makeup look is complete, it's fully done, you look completely put together, but there's not a lot of steps involved, and it really should only take you about 15 minutes. Now, taking my favorite mascara, this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. I'm going to add a coat or two to both of my lashes. And then also apply that to my bottom lashes. This is a really nice mascara to use on your bottom lashes if you have really long lashes like I do, because it has a very thin wand, so I don't smear it all over the place like I do some other mascaras. Picking up my favorite NYX Ombre blush in the Peachy shade, I am going to use an angled brush from Beach Cosmetics and just sweep that along my cheekbones. Finishing off with the NYX Butter Gloss. I'm not exactly sure which shade this is, but I think it's Creme Brulee, and I'm putting it all over my lips. Setting it all with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This is another high-end product. And there you go, guys. That's the final look. This makeup will last all day. I hope you liked it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.